Growing up, I thought I would be an artist when I was older. I wanted to be an artist when I was older. I knew I needed something creative in my life, just as a means to the kind of most expansive and most interesting life. My name's Archie Proudfoot, and I'm an artist who works predominantly with type, but also mixed media, film and photography. I did 5 years full-time being a sign painter, being the main means in which I kind of survived. From that first instance of getting a studio space, I used it to then make artwork. I think at first the style was very pared back, aesthetically closer to kind of classic sign painting looking letters and references that I was then rearranging and playing with. I kind of started to bring in more elements of collage and references to the broader art world, and 20th century artists and sort of abstract expressionism and things like that started to come in a bit more. The biggest change really was filming my own processes, and that has become an area of work in itself. The experience of making and that journey of working through a piece and an idea would have once been entirely private for an artist. Now you've got a full generation of artists who not only have the capability to, but are generally expected to show that working process to some degree. Years of being a sign painter on the street in London, people are watching something kind of come into fruition. So that aspect of kind of showing the skill and the craft has always been there. It moved from this sort of very simple, I think quite austere at times, designs into something a little bit more complex and performative, because I was forming the creation of a piece and filming it and then editing that. That process becomes just as much the artwork as the artwork itself at the end of it. The artist in today's society is gaining a broader role and a more integrated role. We live really in the age of the image, so comprehensively and so constantly. Image makers, more broadly, are in demand and required. The act of making and the process of that is still so attractive, especially in such a digital world. People will always kind of look to get some escapism or some interest from artists. The reason I got into sign painting in the first place was to produce effectively public artwork and to make the city space feel nicer and softer through that process. Getting out there and trying it and putting things into the world was the most exciting thing to me. I think that's always what I've been striving for, a greater level of escapism and joy.